Hey Pirates fans, I know it's been tough this off season. I know I've already made a video on it, and a lot of people have expressed that Bob Nutting just needs to sell the team, but the Pirates just re-signed Andrew McCutchen, and the reason I want to talk about that today is because, man, I grew up watching Andrew McCutchen. Mind you, I'm 21 years old. I grew up in his peak years. I grew up in his MVP season. This guy is extremely fun to watch, and I think Andrew McCutchen is an amazing player. When I got back into baseball a few years ago, I was surprised that he wasn't on the Pirates anymore, and it kind of shocked me to my core to a sense, because, man, I always thought Andrew McCutchen would be a lifetime Pirate. Now, Andrew McCutchen, the reason I think this is a really good pickup for the Pirates is because the Pirates have been slowly getting pieces together to kind of build a team that can, I guess, not compete per se, you know, be above 500. I don't know if that's a stretch or not, but like I said, you guys did pick up some people this offseason, like Ji-Man Choi, which I made a video on. You guys have picked up Carlos Santana. You guys have Austin Hedges now as your catcher. So your team is slowly picking up small pieces to become a team that, you know, could be decent, right? You guys still have Bryan Reynolds. You guys did not trade Bryan Reynolds. You have Onel Cruz that is coming into his own. He's going to be probably an all-star next year. As long as he could stay consistent with his bat and his defense. You still have Brian Hayes, which, hey, he's doing pretty well. He's only 26, so he's, you know, starting to become an MLB player at his level. And I think this team is pretty good. You guys also got Carlos Santana, like I said. And when I say pretty good, is I mean that they have the potential to be really good. This team just has a lot to prove, and I think that's a big factor. That is with pretty much every Pirates team in the last couple of years. So you guys have a decent roster, right? You have a bunch of old heads, but then you have some new blood in your team. So I think it's really interesting that you guys actually went out and said Andrew McCutchen. And today I kind of want to talk about what Andrew McCutchen does for your team, right? So before we get into the Andrew McCutchen news, please subscribe and leave a like on the video just to be kept up to date with baseball news and topics. So let's get into it. Andrew McCutchen is a guy that you guys have had previously. He's had his MVP season, like I said. He was a 5-time All-Star in the Gold. He was a guy that really represented Pittsburgh. Yet again, he is getting a bit older, so he's not performing as much as he wants to be. In his 2022 campaign with Milwaukee, the guy had a career low 237 and 316 and 384 batting line and 580 plate appearances. Now, I think a big reason why Andrew McCutchen actually took this Pirates deal, because if you guys do not know, apparently the Yankees were in on him. They actually offered him more money, but the Pirates actually offered him more playing time. So he actually went with the Pirates. So I assume this is one of those things where a player wants to kind of prove himself and see if he can do really well. So the Andrew McCutchen deal was $5 million for 1 year. That's pretty much the whole deal. That's all the Pirates will have to pay this guy for next year or two. He is 36 years old, like I said, and you know, he hasn't even topped 93 innings of center field since 2017. He is projected to play left field for you guys, so I'd be really curious if they, you know, swap him out, kind of platoon him every now and then. I think it's really interesting that they actually picked up McCutchen in it. Now, a lot of people are bringing up the fact that McCutchen can be a way for them to kind of replace Reynolds if he does get traded this offseason. Pirates fans, do you think Reynolds will get traded? I mean, they want a Juan Soto type of package in that deal to get back for Reynolds, and I don't know if people are willing to give up those type of prospects for Reynolds. Like, for example, for the Yankees, the Pirates wanted Anthony Volpe and Jason Dominguez, or Anthony Volpe and Oswald Peraza, which is a big package, especially for that Yankees organization. Now, do I think the big reason why they signed McCutchen was because of this? No, I think McCutchen is just a guy that wants to go back to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh saw an opportunity for a long-time person of the organization to come back, you know, help with a bunch of the young kids and kind of make himself have a better season than he did last year. Last year, he had played a lot of minutes, but McCutchen kind of slowly fell off. I think he still has his speed and everything like that, but he is getting older, so it'd be interesting to see if he did really well this season, if they would actually flip him at the deadline. I know I keep saying that with every person the Pirates signed, but when you sign a 1-year contract and you're on the Pirates, I'm sure there's going to be someone out there wanting to get you at the deadline. I think it'd be really interesting to see how McCutchen actually plays out with Ji-Man Choi and Carlos Santana. Of course, those are people the Pirates recently signed or traded for. I think it's really interesting. The Pirates kind of have a mix of players, right? You have lefty swinging corner options like Jake Sawinski, you have Cal Mitchell, and you have Cannon Smith. And overall, if not, I mean, he is a DH option. Like I said, he's going to be fighting for that DH spot on top of Carlos Santana and Ji-Man Choi. So it's kind of interesting to see this kind of franchise go out and get some older dudes. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it, guys. Andrew McCutchen is back on the Pirates, and it's really interesting to see the Pirates go out and do this. I'm surprised they're actually spending money. I mean, I'm sure they will sell the team eventually. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys think this was a good signing? Do you guys think it was okay for the Pirates to do this. Like, is it, is it even worth getting Andrew McCutchen? Should you play your younger guys? That being said, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, have a good one.